After completing the structure of atom, today we are going to start the first chapter, the basic concepts in chemistry, where we have some numericals. Numericals on molarity, numericals on mole fraction, especially last part of the chapter, reactions in liquid. Okay, so that part is very important. Then afterwards, most likely numericals from the area is what? Water, that a limiting reagent. So first part is what? Reactions in a liquid condition, then uh, limiting reagent. The third part, which is the most important part, that is stoichiometry. Only on these three area we have numericals from this chapter. So slowly we discuss all numericals of the first chapter, and we will conclude uh, numerical part, then we'll go to the theory part. Okay, this I told in my last session. So only one chapter is left for numericals, that is first chapter. So in my today's discussion, we will be discussing what? Numericals. Keeping in mind the theory what we learnt in the month of June. Therefore, you have to recall all those theory topics what we discussed in the month of June and the July. So all these are basics for 11th and 12th. Okay, my dear students, I welcome you all for today's session on the first chapter, numericals. This one I have selected from the empirical formula. Okay, the question is, determine the empirical formula of an oxide of iron which has 69.9% iron and 30.1% dioxide by mass. Okay, that means he has given mass percentage, and he said in the numerical that it is a iron oxide. So iron oxide is made up of what? Iron and the oxygen, and he has given the mass percentage of iron and the oxygen. So using the mass percentage, we will calculate the empirical formula. For this, you should draw a table. These are all our requirements. Okay, iron, oxygen, their symbol and the mass percentage. Okay, right. How much? It is 55.85 and 16 for water. Sorry, it is atomic mass. Okay, this is the mass percentage. So mass percentage and the water, atomic mass. Okay. Now, when we want to calculate the moles of an element, what we will do? We will divide mass percentage by the gram atomic mass, so that we will get the number of moles. Okay. So accordingly, I am dividing mass percentage by gram atomic mass to get the number of moles. So 69.95, 55.85 equal to 1.25. In the same way, we are dividing 30.1 mass percentage by its atomic mass 16 equal to 1.88. So 1.25 and 1.88 is the number of moles. Now we have to go for the simplest form of number of moles, because moles are in the round figure, not in the fraction 1.25 like that. So for this purpose, either you go by normal common method, uh, 1.25 is to 1.88, which nearest whole number will get, or divide both by the smallest number. Out of two, smallest is what? 1.25. So 1.25 by 1.25 is 1 mole, and 1.88 by 1.25 is 1.5 mole. So it is 1 is to 1.5 mole. Okay. So iron is in 1 mole, oxygen is in the 1.5 mole. So normally it will not be in the fraction mole. So therefore, if you take this is 2, its a double is what? 3. So iron is 2, oxygen is 3. That is the simplest whole number what we get in the empirical formula. So therefore, empirical formula is what? Iron 2 and oxygen 3. Totally it is Fe2O3. So this is what? Empirical formula of the oxide of an iron with the knowledge of water mass percentage. Okay, right. Calculate the mass of sodium acetate required to make 500 ml of 0.375 molar aqueous solution. Molar mass of sodium acetate is 82.0245 gram per mole. Okay. Now, what is meant by 0.375 molar aqueous solution? It is the molarity. It is the molarity. That means it is 0.375 m. Okay, means what? Means, see, what is 1 mole? 1 m means what? 1 m is 1 molar in its 1000 ml of its solution. Okay, or 1 liter of its solution. In the same way, if it is a 0.1 mole, means what? It is a 0.1 mole in the 1000 liters of its solution. In the same way, 0.375 m means what? 0.375 mole in 1 liter or 1000 ml of its solution. Okay, so that's why number of moles present in 0.375 m is what? 0.375 mole. That much is there in the 1000 ml of its solution, that gives you the 0.375 mole. Okay, right. Now, right. In 1000 ml, how much moles is there? 0.375 mole is there. In 500 ml, half. So there is 0.375 half equal to what? That's the answer I have not written because this is directly I'm taking. Okay. Now, what is the molar mass of sodium acetate? Already given, right? So now question is what? 1 mole means 82.0245. This much mole means how much gram? That is into this molar mass, that gives you 15.380 gram is the mass of sodium acetate present in the 0.375 mole in 500 ml of its solution. Okay, right. Calculate the concentration of nitric acid in moles per liter in a sample which has a density 1.41 gram per ml, and the mass percent of nitric acid in it is being 69%. Mass percent is 69%, means what? Means 100 gram of nitric acid contains 69 gram of nitric acid by mass. That is the meaning of what? 69% mass percentage. So 100 gram of nitric acid solution contains how much gram of nitric acid only? It is 69. Remaining what? Remaining is solvent. So 69 gram of nitric acid is there in the remaining part of the solution solvent, so that it is totally 100 gram of its solution. Understood? So what is the mass of nitric acid here? Mass of nitric acid is 69 gram. What is the molar mass of nitric acid? It is 1H, 1N and 3O together 63 gram. Right? Okay. Now we will convert 63 gram into moles of nitric acid. How to calculate? Number of moles equal to what? Number of moles equal to given mass by the molar mass. What is given mass? Given mass is 69. What is the molar mass? 63. So number of moles of HNO3 equal to what? 69 by 63, that gives 1.095. That means 69 gram of nitric acid means 1.095 mole of nitric acid. Okay, right. Now, volume of nitric acid equal to what? What is volume equal to what? Volume equal to mass by density. What is the mass of the solution? 100 gram. What is D of the solution? Density given 1.41 gram per ml. Both are in the gram. Okay, easy. So after simplification, it is 70.92 ml. Okay. So in terms of liter, it is 0.07092 because after dividing by 1000. So this is what volume of the nitric acid. Okay, now we will calculate what? Concentration of HNO3 in moles per liter means what is the molarity only. So molarity of HNO3 equal to what? Number of moles in a 1 liter of its solution. How much moles? How much moles is 1.95 mole in a liter of solution, volume in liter. So already we have done a volume in liter. So if you divide, this will get 115.44. This is the molarity of HNO3. Okay, right. How much copper can be obtained from 100 gram of copper sulfate, given that atomic mass of copper is 63.5? Okay, right. When you see copper sulfate dissociates, it dissociates into what? Copper ion and the sulfate ion. Okay, so 1 mole of copper sulfate equal to 1 mole of copper ion, and the 1 mole of copper, 1 mole of copper sulfate gives 1 mole of copper and 1 mole of sulfate. Okay, right. So what is 1 mole of copper? that is the gram atomic mass of copper equal to what? Equal to 63.5 gram. Okay, right. So 1 mole of copper sulfate contains 1 mole of copper. Clear? Okay, now molar mass of copper sulfate, it is 159.5 gram per mole. Okay, right. Now what is the question here? How much copper can we obtain from 100 gram? Okay, 159.5 gram of copper sulfate contains how many grams of copper? It is 63.5 gram of copper. In 100 gram of copper sulfate contains how much gram of copper? So it is 1 excuse me, it is 159.5. Okay, it is sorry, 100 into 63.5 by 159.5. After simplification, how much you will get? You will get 39.81 gram. That means what? That means 100 gram of copper sulfate contains 39.81 gram of copper. Okay, all these based on the stoichiometry and the mole concept. Okay, so please keep practicing. Already you might have done the practice, but still as a revision part, as a recapitulation part, you kindly keep in touch with the content and formulae, numerical, so that anytime you are ready for the examination. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you, my dear students.